Hey guys, Dave here, and welcome to another Ransom Note. Obviously things are a little different than the last time. First off, I've got a new microphone, and I'm kind of recording on it. The last time I was actually recording on a combination of the internal microphone on my camera and my Snowball. I've since upgraded to the Yeti, Snowball's big brother. I did that just simply for, well, I wanted a new mic. Snowball's fine and all, but I wanted this thing. Because I liked it. I don't need any other reasons. Other things that might be a little different. Well, let's start with the fact that, well, that thing happened. Is what happened. Is what's new, I should say. This is my new computer, guys. I was going to do this video a little bit differently. I was going to actually do a build video, but Dave has bad lighting and, well, not the greatest camera and audio in the world, because I couldn't record audio on that thing without this thing. You see the problem? I do. Obviously, I guess I want to go over what all's in it. Well, let's start with all the fact that all this is in it. Start with the motherboard here. It's the X99 ASRock Fatality Killer gaming board. Personally, the only reason, biggest reason I went with this was price to feature. Balance was just, I could not beat it at the time. It's got slots for M.2, tons and tons and tons of other features. A crap ton of SATA ports. I believe there's a total of 10 SATA ports. Compatibility for up to 128 gigabytes RAM. That means 8 slots of RAM right there. And it was ATX, which is exactly what I was wanting. I wanted ATX. It has almost all USB 3.0. It has 2 USB 2.0 slots on it. It also has some PS2 ports if anyone wants those. Personally, I don't use any of the old peripherals. I don't own any. Can't find any personally. Whatever. The case is the Fractal Define R5. Again, it's another situation where I cannot beat the price for everything that it features. This thing has so much freaking space. I could not be happier with everything that's in this. Not to mention the the future compatibility for, well, God only knows what. I could do a water cooling loop, custom water cooling loops. I could do all-in-one coolers. I can do pretty much whatever I want in this and not worry about running out of space without anything like that. Tons and tons of hard drive slots. I can fit a total of 10 hard drives in this. And I plan to eventually. Some of those will be SSDs. I actually have one in there right now. I don't have the case sitting out right now, actually, for that. Oh well. It's a Transcend 250 gigabyte SSD. I put everything down in the description below, so don't worry about that, guys. A lot of these hard drives are actually carryovers from my old system, plus other ones I had laying around that, well, I needed a use for, and, well, hey, guess what? There's uses. An LG generic DVD drive. Well, I got my X99. Obviously, I'm running the, well, crap, I forgot to grab it, but I'm running the 15... For the processor, I am running the 5930K. It is a 6-core with hyper-threading and unlocked. It's completely unlocked. Obviously, the K insignia, or K... English is failing me. I'm sorry. I'm staying. That's staying in. I don't even care. It's pretty freaking late. I'm tired. This took a while to make. Alright, 5930K. It's unlocked. can be overclocked. I am actually running an overclock of 4.2 gigahertz. Right now, that's all the further I'm willing to push it on air. And for air, I'm running the Hyper 212 Evo because, well, this thing is freaking awesome for the price point. It actually is a really good cooler. And yeah, there's something rattling around in there. That's just the back mount plate that isn't needed. What I liked about this motherboard when I was putting the CPU on and the cooler, I actually found that the whole thing went together really well because I didn't have to mess with a backplate. The backplate's already mounted on there. I don't know if that's a feature of the X99 platform, the LG50, the 1150 revision 3. I don't know if that's a feature of it or if it's just something with this particular motherboard. Either way, ASRock, way to go. I love it. Made things easier. However, I had one complaint as far as the Hyper 212. That is the fact that when I was trying to mount the standoffs for the actual cooler, it was a pain. This thing did not want to go on. Originally, it was too loose because the standoffs that I thought were the right ones were too big, because the ones that were the right ones were so bloody small, I thought I was breaking this thing. I honestly did. It took a lot of force, too much for my liking. So for anyone looking at the Hyper 212, I strongly recommend being very careful with it, and you need to use the smaller standoffs. It's very odd that you have to use those. Holy crap, my cats are freaking going nuts. Why do they do this every time I record? She loves to do that when I'm recording. I don't know why. I should start shutting my door, but it wouldn't help any. Anyways, on next to RAM. Well, I'm running 4 gigabytes of G.Skill Ripjaw 4s at, well, let's see, DDR4 2133 as 2133 megahertz per clock speed. This is actually really good RAM. I found this for $159. When I was originally looking at this was over $250. I don't know if I found that on sale or if that was just pure luck that they came down just as I ordered my parts. But all the same, that was awesome. Now, my power supply. The thing that powers this thing, and without it would, you know, the whole thing would just not run. I mean, I'm sure I could probably get a hamster in there and get it working somehow on a little wheel, but that's just, you'd have hair and have to feed it, and it's just, that's kind of weird. Right now I'm using the Antec Edge 650. 650 watt, single rail, 12 volt ATX power supply. Nifty little it's a very nifty little power supply. It's completely modular, which I really liked for this case because, well, it just works. All the cables were exactly the length I needed them to be. They weren't too long, they weren't too short. I just happened to luck out with that. And it is 80 plus gold rated, which means it is highly, highly efficient. All my cables are very nice black sleeve plastic or rubber, which means I don't have that weird, nasty ketchup and mustard thing going on. I actually like the way my case looks right now because it's got this nice black, red, and white theme going on. That wasn't entirely intentional, but I like it all the same. More rattly crap. For the graphics card, it's an XFX Dual Dissipation Black Edition R9 280. This graphics card came in at around just under $200 at the time that I purchased it. It worked really well, or I should say it works really well for a 1080p resolution gaming card on this system. I wouldn't recommend it for anything beyond that. and expect to get decent frame rate. But for 1080p, it runs anywhere between, for me, running Battlefield, I was getting anywhere between 40 to 60 frames per second without G-Sync on. With G-Sync on, I was getting just over 100 or 150 frames per second, if I remember correctly. I'll actually have a video with actual benchmarking up at a later point in time, because I don't remember that crap. The graphics card actually features 2 DVI ports, 1 HDMI, and 2 mini display ports. I don't use mini display yet, partially because I can't afford anything that has that. I do use DVI on my main monitor and HDMI on basically what is a 19-inch HD TV from Vizio. It's actually my original TV that's just been hanging on by a bare freaking thread. What am I going to do? Running Windows 8.1. Plan on switching over to Windows 10 when it comes out. As I had stated previously, I've been beta testing, or whatever you want to call it. I've been testing the Windows 10 tech release, and I really like the direction they're going with it. I enjoy what it is. It runs very well. As a matter of fact, I plan on switching all of my computers over to it that are eligible for it when it's released. Just simply because it actually runs my older hardware a lot better than Windows 7 or Windows 8 ever did. Everything else that I plan on putting into this, well, I plan on filling every one of these hard drive cages over time, because as somebody who's recording and editing, I need freaking storage, and a shit ton of it. I do plan on possibly upgrading to an all-in-one cooler, or just go with a slightly beefier air cooler, as air cooling is obviously getting me a decent 4.2 overclock. I don't know what else to say. I just freaking like it. It was awesome, or it is awesome. It's freaking amazeballs. You saw nothing. You saw absolutely nothing. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it is a little different, a little odd. I'm definitely planning on bringing some future content over here involving possibly some reviews of each of these individual products. Just simply because I really like everything I got here, but I had some complaints about them as I went along building. So, thanks for watching. Hit that like button down below if you liked what you saw. If not, well, hey, you can dislike it or just leave or whatever you want to do. I don't really care. Just hit that like button. Please, I'm begging you. No, I'm not. Subscribe for new content. Alright, thanks guys. Thanks for watching.